Hey you guys. Why am I chuckling to myself? Well, I usually am, but because I'm in the car again. So I did see that a few people said something about weird filming in the car. But I went to downtown Disney. I'm actually here. Disney Springs. See? It's right there in front of me. And I went and walked around for like 45 minutes looking for a quiet spot that I could vlog outside, in nature. And there was just nowhere. There's crowds, it's busy and it's noisy and there's music playing. So I went back to my car where I have air conditioning and I can sit here and talk to you guys in private. So here I am. I want to talk to you about me and being fat, or I'm not fat anymore. How I was fat all my life, almost all my life. I'm going to say that everyone's different. People are overweight for different reasons. Some are health issues. Some people can control, some can't. So I'm just going to talk about what I've experienced, what I've learned, what I think I know. And, I don't mean to offend anyone. And sorry if I can't help people, but it's kind of like a disclaimer, I guess. That I'm not all knowledgeable. I'm not even extremely knowledgeable. I'm not a nutritionist, not a doctor, so I've been overweight since I was a teenager. I'm thankful to be able to say that my parents didn't do it to me. I'm sorry if you are a parent who has an overweight child and you don't like what I'm going to say, but I think that's awful when little children are, overweight and extremely overweight, especially when it's not health related. If it is just from bad eating habits or, eating like fast food or just sugary foods and stuff. I'm glad that my parents didn't let me get fat. My dad was this huge thing. He said he doesn't want to have, overweight kids. Well, I think because of him, he just didn't like, fatness, not maybe for health reasons, but it doesn't matter because they made us eat healthy and he didn't let us go buy treats and stuff. When we went to the grocery store, our treat, we got to pick would be like, bubble gum, or like I remember those koala brand sparkling like flavored waters back in, like the 90s and 80s. It was like, those kind of treats, not candy and junk food. And we always had, home cooked meals with the protein and the vegetables and like you're supposed to. So thank you, Mom and Dad. I made myself fat when I was a teenager. When me and my sister Amy started going out because she had a car and I'm 2 years younger, so I didn't have my own car yet. But, we went out and we went to fast food and we went to McDonald's and Taco Bell. And I remember going to the grocery store and just buying everything that I wanted to eat, that I wanted to taste. And I made myself fat pretty quickly. I've often looked back and thought, wow, didn't I see like myself gain all that weight? Didn't I care? Like how could I not have, cared enough? But it wasn't about that. I wanted to eat the food. Funny thing was, I was always active. I'm always pretty healthy. And, I lived in North Carolina, always bike riding up those huge hills, going out walking like with my dad because he'd always run. He was always active. But that didn't matter. I was still overweight. I was proud of myself. I'm proud of my body. I love myself and my body. But I know and I knew that the weight on me, have you seen those pictures where you see like the person underneath the skeleton and like the normal body size and you see all the fat around them, like a drawing? I knew that the fat was bad on me, that it wasn't supposed to be there, and that that's what I wasn't proud of. I wasn't proud that I was fat, but I was proud of myself and my body. I didn't like hate me. Like I said, I made myself fat all these years. When I was a teenager, I was 17 when I started to gain weight, 18, and I'm 42. Tomorrow's my birthday, February 20th. I'm 42, so I've been overweight for 20 something years. So I've been overweight for 20 something years, and I know the whole time that it was my choice because I ate the foods that made me fat. And there's different reasons to overeat or to eat, bad. Well, see, I know a lot of people say there isn't good food and there isn't bad food because of people who have like binge compulsive eating, like you'll eat a whole bunch and you'll feel guilty and you'll feel bad about it. And so they say like there's not a bad food and a good food, but in my mind, I think there is a bad food and a good food. Bad foods are things that will kill you, like saturated fats and the sugars and the greasy stuff. Those to me are bad. And good food is, whole, nutritious, like lean proteins, vegetables, fruits, just like not processed foods. So I know that when I went to the store and I just shopped, I didn't shop like what I want for dinner or what my body needs or for health at all. When I went in the grocery store, I bought anything that my mouth wanted to taste. Like a kid, who wants everything. I just gave in to myself. And it's funny that for years, like all these years, when I wanted to lose weight, I never thought about wanting to be healthy. And I didn't want to give up eating all that food either, because that was my pleasure in life. I don't have many bad habits or vices, but food was definitely one of them. And the thought of having to give that up and to stop all that was depressing. It was what I didn't want to do. So forever I kept thinking that I could cut down on my portions. I could eat a little healthier, eat a smaller meals and, exercise more and do these little things that would help me lose the weight. But I just don't think that those will work. They'll work for someone if you aren't like drastically overweight. So if you want to lose 20 pounds, 10 pounds, 40 pounds, that's doable. You don't have to, change everything you're doing. If you already eat bad, or if you don't eat super healthy, then it's way easier to do like some quick weight loss on like a diet, But if you are 75, 100, 150, 200 pounds overweight and you have to lose like a major amount, here I go again, I'm not telling you guys, this is my opinion, those things just don't work, like just cutting out a little or cutting down your portions or just doing a little bits of tweaks in that, it just isn't going to be enough for the dramatic weight loss, because it takes like a total change in how you look at what you eat and why you eat. And it wasn't until I realized this that I actually started to make a change. Now, see, when I would diet or when I would try to lose weight, I was pretty good at it. I would always lose like 30, 40, maybe even 50 pounds. But the lowest I ever made it would be in the 250. That was like a plateau I always reached. And then you kind of like, you give up and you go back to your bad habits. Another thing that I had to do was to step back and take a look at myself. Now, I'm not sure if, everyone can't do everything the same, and I'm really blessed to be able to stay true to myself. That's the kind of person I am. I want to always stay true to myself, and I'm able to step back away from me and look at myself to see, what I'm doing wrong or bad. If someone tells me, hey, if people are like, you do this and you do this, and I hear it, I'm not going to be like, no, and just deflect it, and deny it. Because what if it's true? What if I do these things or am this way and I don't realize it, So if you step back and you say, hey, could this be? Could I be like that? And you really analyze, and then you see, yeah, I am, I need to change, or no, those people are just wrong, I'm not. But I did that for myself, for my eating habits. Why am I overeating? Usually, if you're majorly overweight, there's a reason that you're eating. And I'm not going to say emotionally, that's like a huge word everyone throws around, emotional eating. Of course we do. That's what eating is. As soon as we're born, we're nurtured to eat emotionally, rewards, it's there. Eating is emotion. People say food is addictive. Food's not addictive. It's not like tobacco where they put, nicotine in it that addicts you. Food doesn't have addictive qualities. Maybe sugar, sugar I'm sure makes your system, crave it. But eating is addictive. It's the act of eating that's addictive. That's why I think it's important that you should consider if you have, if you're really overweight, you think you might have reasons why you eat or overeat, is you should see a therapist or a counselor. They can really help especially like a nutritionalist person. They can really help get to the reasons of why you eat and overeat. And I think that will help you more than anything, because if you do have a bad habit of eating and overeating, well, even if you change your diet or, change some of your patterns, what's going to stop or cure or help the initial reasons of, why we began overeating in the first place? Trying to keep these a little short. I know I ramble on and on and on. And I'm starting to get a little emotional because it's hard being overweight. I remember looking at myself and saying, gosh, I don't want all this on me anymore. I know how hard it is to want to lose weight and to feel like you're just not going to be able to, like it's too much, I know when I looked at myself in the mirror and I saw how much fat I had on me and I knew I had to lose 150 pounds, I just felt like it was impossible. Like I would never do it. And I know that a lot of you guys are sitting there probably feeling the exact same way, and it makes me so sad. And I just want to help you guys, because you can do it. It's possible. So I want to be your cheerleader. I want to help you in whatever way I can. I want to encourage you and give you that motivation to keep you going, not to give up. And now right after I say that, I'm going to say something that might not sound like motivation. But in order for me to have lost so much weight, I had to make huge changes. And it wasn't just changes to lose weight, it's changes in your lifestyle and in how you eat in general. That was the only way for me to go to such dramatic lengths. I didn't do the belly band stuff. I didn't have any help. I did it all myself with no medicines or I know they have things for diets and stuff, and I just did it through hard work and perseverance. I went from 300 pounds to 150 pounds, and I've never felt better. But the funniest thing is I don't feel any different. Sometimes I still feel like I'm fat. So if you're going to lose weight just to think that you'll feel different about yourself, you're not gonna, or it doesn't work. At least it didn't for me. I still feel exactly how I always felt, just healthier. Well, that was a nice talk. Now I'm going to take myself back onto Disney Springs. I'm going to go pin trade, and my new friend is going to treat me to the Mary Poppins movie tonight at the AMC theaters for my birthday tomorrow. I'm very excited. I'm going to go eat some Blaze pizza. I'm going to go and just have fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed my talk. I hope I know I didn't give you all this information stuff, but I hope it helps. I hope it helps to encourage you and to give you, that strength and that, the knowing that you can do it and that people are here for you. Thanks, you guys.